Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Michael Bernoff Show, where we get an opportunity to work directly with you and coach you on how to get what it is you want in life. We work with high performers all over the world, get your questions answered in real time with my co host, Jaden Easton. And today is all about you, your mind, getting what you want, and start playing like a high performer. So, super excited about being here. Jaden, what is lined up for today?
Really excited for today's show. Good to be here, Michael. We're just coming off of your human interaction technology event last weekend where, a group of people got together here in Scottsdale, Arizona to work on their mindset, to think bigger, to play bigger, to develop what we're calling a success mindset. And that's what today is all about. We're going to explore what we mean by that. It's probably not what you think, and how you can play bigger in every area of your life. But this is a very interactive show. Michael and I can see the chat and the comments right in front of us. So let us know in the chat, even if you're watching the replay, where you're tuning in from. We're broadcasting from sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. And we want to know where you're tuning in from. Each and every week when we host this show and go live, we have people tuning in from all over the world. This is also interactive in the sense that this is a coaching show. We believe in the power of coaching, and that top performers in sports, in business, they have a coach. They have somebody that pushes them to develop their own success mindset and to think bigger. And that's why on this show, you have an opportunity to actually work one-on-one with Michael. And if you text ASK to 480-800-8051, you'll have an opportunity to actually hop on the private line and join today's show. And even if you're watching the replay, if you text ASK to 480-800-8051, you'll be able to submit your question for future shows and get that private show line. And we do have room to work with potentially one or two people. So if you're watching this live, this is your invitation to
Call
do
out.
that. And this is, yes, not just an invitation, more than that, it's a call out to go beyond your own average and to get to the next level and to have an opportunity to work with Michael. So that being said, Michael, how are you feeling post HIT, post human interaction technology?
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't familiar with our human interaction technology, for almost 25 years, the biggest push that I've had in life is I kept on meeting people that were really, really performing at a high level. One of the big beliefs I have is that everybody performs at a high level. It's just performing what? I mean, a homeless guy is performing a really great job as a homeless guy. A guy at a job he can't stand and he's making below what he should make in corporate America is still performing at a very high level, either being bothered or doing what they're doing. So we really love not just teaching about the idea of being a top performer. It's taking people that are performing whatever it is they're doing and really redirecting their words, their thinking, their mind, their psychology, so you can get the things that you want. So to answer your question, I'm feeling ecstatic. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling very, 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 very high in the idea and high in like the idea. I come off these events and a lot of people don't realize what it's like to host one of these events is when you spend 3 or 4 days together with people, 2 days, 3 days, something kicks in where people start getting very, very serious. My mic is low. People get very, very serious about getting themselves to take a look at what they have and doing something about it. So why this is urgent that we do this is when you go to one of those events, people come out of there and like, hey, Michael, like, I don't know what it was, something was different. It's taking that concentrated effort to actually do something about it. And as we say around here, doing a radical shift between what's average in life. And most people look right and left. It's not to judge. The actions you take, the mindset you have fits in perfect with society. And this is why 97% of the world, I would say, is not getting their goals met, their needs met, their happiness factor, why most people are not producing where they want to be financially. And it's always easy to point fingers and go, I'm doing better than most people. We don't talk to most people. We talk to a lot of people, but we talk to people that don't want to be most people anymore. And what I love about the event is it's a room full of people that say, I don't want to be most people anymore. I want to be what I'm capable of being on earth. And that is biggest reason that we do this show right now is really digging deep on getting people to think bigger, play bigger, and make things happen. So it's no different than a couple seconds ago I got a post here about my mic was low. Listen, folks, we got to play big, we got to talk big, we got to do things big if you want a bigger quality of life. So if you got a question today, we'd love to hear it. You could text to 480-800-8051. Text the word ask. And this is something that keeps on coming up at our events, is the question of why. And why is what I'm going to tell you is one of the weakest mindsets of all. Why you don't do it really doesn't matter. Why they do what they do really doesn't matter. Why the sky is blue doesn't really matter. How do you get what you want? That's what we need to spend our time. How do I get where I want? How do I get my mind working the way I want? How do I, not why am I upset or why am I playing little? It's how do I get myself to play bigger? So the biggest transformation is people walk out of that event with not just a different mindset. They walk out of that time together with a completely different way of thinking about how they think about the things that matter in their life. So my challenge for all of you today is really a call out. It's like, who are you comparing yourself to? This is the biggest issue I find in society today is we're comparing ourselves to a group that we're better than. But that's not the compare. The only compare that matters is comparing yourself to who you're capable of being while you're here on earth. And I'm going to tell you, that is going to be the biggest breakthrough for you today, if you allow yourself to experience that, is looking in the mirror and going, yeah, I'm doing better than most people. That's great. Congratulations. Yeah, you get a high five. You don't even get a high five for that. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But how are you comparing to the man or woman that you're capable of being? And that is the target. That is where we go. Stop comparing to the small and start looking at the big and go, how do I get there?
Stop asking yourself why and start asking yourself how. I really love that comparison to the people that you look up to. And I'm glad that you teed it out, because, you know, some people, they hear the word success or mindset and they start to think of, like, you know, the positive thinking, the affirmations, the bigger goals, or the motivation. And those are like components to that. But what we're talking about is a level beyond that. You know, like, Michael, right now we have the NBA finals happening, Knicks versus Spurs, and I'm not going to give a ESPN breakdown here, but
shout out to ESPN for doing what they do for a long period of time. They are above average. I'm not an ESPN fan even, but dude, somebody one day goes, we want to be everywhere sports network, and they did it.
100%. But sports in itself gives us such a clear picture into things like pressure, into things like a success mindset, and specifically, like, you know, with the NBA finals happening, I wanted to, like, kind of draw this distinction that, you know, everybody in the NBA is at a high level because they're in the NBA. That being said, though, there's still like the legends versus the players that, you know, after their career, they're going to fade a little bit more into the background, like the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants. So, Michael, from your perspective, like, what is the difference in mindset there of somebody like, you know, a legend that will go on in the Hall of Fame and live on forever in our minds versus somebody that has like a good career, but not like the standout career? Because a lot of people watching this, that's what they want to do in their, they don't want a good business. They want a great business. They don't want a good relationship. They want a great relationship. How does your success mindset play into that?
The first thing we've got to look at is really which mindset we're adopting. And there's an average mindset and there's above average mindset. And then there's looking and saying average sucks, which we say is you're a professional athlete. Most people will look at it and go, I made the game. And there's one group of people that said, I did it. I arrived. Mm-hmm. I got to where I needed to be. I got to the thing that I'm doing. And then the second mindset is really understanding what it takes to be a top performer. So it's interesting you mentioned the NBA finals. You see it in the NHL. You see it in any professional sports, UFC fighters. If you just want to be on the team, that's fantastic. And there's a lot of people that just want to be on the team. If you want to be a fierce competitor, there's a different set of rules, and you're going to have to decide, are you willing to accept those different set of rules? And one of those different sets of rules are, am I crooked here? One of the different sets of rules are very, very simply the idea that you can't decide. You might want to lower me now then too. You got to work on that. One of the rules that we need to adopt, and one of the rules that we need to orchestrate, is that you've got to realize what these people are actually doing. And most people don't want to admit it. They're unreasonable, absolutely unreasonable, not unrealistic, unreasonable with their expectations, unreasonable with their ideas, unreasonable with how they look at the world, unreasonable about what it is they want. And the other part is they're very disciplined. They don't screw around. They don't say maybe, kind of, sort of. We watch them screw up. People make mistakes, but listen, folks, this is the part that I want to be very, very clear on. Thank you for letting me know we sound better. Our team will be on that in the future. So what I really, even that alone, like, listen, I got high expectations. My voice is a very important thing. I don't screw around with that, and we need to make certain that stuff is heard. Same different with these players. They need to make sure they can perform at the highest level. So here's the deal. Are you treating yourself like a person that can get the things that you want? And a lot of people say, I want this, I play big, I work hard. But how are you treating yourself? What kind of time are you putting in? What kind of effort you're putting in? If you're not where you want to be at, you've got a big jump to make to get there. And these people are willing to make and take that jump to get the thing that they want. So to think about this right now, I would look at your business and everything you do, and I'd look at it more like an athlete, study athletes, understand athletes, because it is the great example of mental, emotional, and physical. And guess what in business? Mental, emotional, and physical, we don't deviate from that. You do not get a pass on that.
Right. Are you, if you're in a business, like, are you training? Are you going to masterminds? Are you taking courses? Are you getting better every day and sharpening your sword? Are you operating outside of your comfort zone? And
I'm gonna pause you right there, and I'm gonna pause you right there because most people think, even our classes, I'm just gonna take a class. You've got to do shit, people. Like, you guys understand? Like, wow, I go to events. Look at me. I go to events. I go to events. I watch videos on YouTube. Oh man, look at me. I'm following Gary Vee. I should be fucking rich. Okay, but that doesn't work that way. Are you doing what he says? Are you talking about it? Or are you doing it? And if you've done it 30, 40 freaking times, and you got out there, got your face punched in, because everybody I know has got their face punched in that makes lots of money. In my phone, every millionaire, billionaire in my phone has got their face punched in, no different than going Michael Jordan. Most people don't talk about it. How many times do you think he dunked and got his nose busted?
Right. We see the highlight reel, but we don't see the times.
Screw the highlight reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting pumped today because I'm passionate about this thing called mindset. So I want all of you to listen. As you're joining us too, let us know where you're dialing in from. Let us know you're live. Let us know what's going on. And Jaden, I know that much more people are joining us right now. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe now to the channel. And then share this on your wall. I highly recommend you just grab that little, what is the share button? Is that what they do?
Yeah, there's a share button.
To wake some people up.
Share with a friend or two, because the hardest thing
or
that
three
you
or
can do
four.
is outcompete your environment. If your environment, if your environment is playing small, then you either need to find yourself another environment or invite the people to play a bigger game with you. So that being said, Michael, we're throughout this entire show, we're going to be dropping nuggets and really things that you've learned with working with UFC fighters, some of the top CEOs, athletes, really high performers on what it takes to take even their mindset to the next level. So we'll be diving into that. But let's feature our first live caller in the show here. Nice. And again, text ask to 480-800-8051 for an opportunity to get featured on today's show or a future show if you're watching the replay, so you'll have that private Zoom line out here.
And the coaching's a challenge, just to make certain you guys understand it's a challenge. And what I mean by that is challenging you to live the life that you want to live. Coaching, most people don't realize it's not that you're not doing anything wrong. It's you're just not doing some of the things you need to be doing. So be open to the coaching, taking the challenge of the coaching, and really understand part of the coaching is you stepping up and saying, I want more and I'm capable of more. And that's the first thing on the mindset is just to admit. I would say mindset number one, I got about 3 or 4 things I'm going to cover today, is accepting that you're not where you want to be. And that's the biggest thing. Looking in the mirror and go, I'm not where I want to be. That is a wonderful place to be. Life does not change and shift until you look in the mirror and go, I'm freaking not where I want to be. And I don't mean lightly, I mean passionately. And then number 2 is I got to figure out how to do something about this. Not just figure it out. I got to start doing something different. And I'm telling you, I have worked with enough people that are passive about this. You're passive, you freaking lose. You're calm about it, you will lose. If you are not only intentional and you are not passionate and you are not pissed off, you will not change.
Write it down. Let us know in the comments what resonated. We'll give you guys some shout outs again. Michael and I can see the chat. Everything. We're gonna bring out our first caller today on today's show, and this is Chris from Wisconsin. Sending you we're bringing you out here, Chris.
Chris from Wisconsin.
All right, let's see if we can get this video on.
You got it, Chris. How are we today?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. How can I
All
serve you?
right.
What kind of way it works is simple. Ask a question, let us know what's going on, and we'll guide you towards getting what you want.
Sure thing. So I built my life's work full of passion and purpose. I've been in the building phase for about 5 years. My question would be, how do I make the leap from having built it to fully being it out loud without shrinking down to make it easier to explain to people that don't understand?
Okay, so
That's a pretty big question.
did you really build it, or you built a lot of it? Let's just get really, really clear.
No,
'cause-
it's built.
Okay, so it's done. I mean, and you got to realize your definition here. So if it's all built, yeah, well, it's done. Then it's marketed, it's sold, it's done. It's all built. Are you sure it's all built?
Oh no, okay.
Ah,
that's
yeah.
okay.
Ah,
I-
let's start at reality. It's like
Okay,
I'm rich.
okay.
I'm rich. It's like you're like a positive affirmation guy. I'm a money magnet, and money comes to me, but your bank account doesn't show it. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal. You got a lot of this put together, correct?
Correct.
Let's eliminate our protection. And this one thing with a mindset, most of us have a protective mindset. We protect ourselves so we don't feel bad, so we can honor the little boy or little girl inside that did a good job. Good job, Chris. You did it. You built it. Chris, you didn't build that shit yet. Dude, Chris, I haven't even seen Chris yet. I haven't even seen what he's capable yet. I can visualize it in my mind, and I want it even more than you want it. That's how bad I want this thing. But you got to see it. I was playing hockey last night, Chris, and literally one of the guys on my team he's a great player. He built himself great skills, super fast, so fast that he takes most people off sides. That's how fast he is. So fast, great stick handler, great shot. And this dude was running a mindset last night of like, well, I should be doing better. I'm going to slump. We got to decide to get out of that. So, dude, did you build it, or are we just getting started?
I built the boat. I didn't put anything on it yet.
Yeah, it's not even in the water yet, is it?
Right.
All right,
Not
buddy.
yet.
So what's your real question?
Or the real question would be, how do I get past, or where's the mental laziness coming from? Because I'm not mentally
It's not.
lazy,
It's
but I
not
can't.
mental laziness. It's protection. You were protecting that. It's all done. I'm just gonna be honest. You haven't said,
Okay.
listen, I got the next stage. Next stage is learning how to market the heck out of this thing. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely.
I got to share this with the world, and I got to get them caught up where I'm at. Correct? It's like, let me tell you this: A products usually make people broke. C products will make you rich. McDonald's, C product, wealthy. Walmart, they sell a bunch of people's products. Its store is not fancy. Very rarely do you build a Ritz-Carlton. Very rarely do you build a Waldorf Astoria. It's more like Costco. It's more like just the simple thing. So here's the part I want you to get. You've got to master, how do I share this with people and make them want it? That's not something you figured out yet, is it?
Not quite, no.
So I'm going to spend the next 2 to 3 years of my life getting my head punched in. I'm going to find out what makes people want this. I'm going to find out what makes people not want it. And I don't mean the 11 you've talked to. I'm saying global. So whether it's local, whether it's national, whether it's international, what is your product? What are we selling?
I am selling a neuroacoustic music technology that helps with identity reformation for addiction and mental illness. And we have a couple other offshoots of that. One is for autism.
Cool. It's way complicated. I love it.
Yeah, very much so.
I want to break that into 4 buckets. So first thing I would
Yes,
do is,
please.
first thing you got to do is stop protecting yourself. Number 1, you built
Okay.
something great. Number 2 is you're helping people. So congratulations, pat on the back. That's the last pat on the back you get for 1 year. Does that sound fair?
Good.
You don't need pats on the back. Stop working for pats on the backs. I want you to work for profit. Does that make sense?
Please.
No,
yes,
you
please.
say please. Listen, buddy. I want you to listen.
Let's go.
Listen, here's the deal. And if you're relating to this online, let me know you've been protecting yourself versus being profitable. So if you want to be profitable, the first thing you got to say is like, what's really going on here? And I'm sitting next to a marketing genius, Jaden, and I will tell you, one of the things that we would say is, I don't care how good your product is, how well can you share it with the world? So the addiction space couldn't be a hotter space. We live in a world right now with these stupid phones. We live in a world with people with, freaking cigarettes are down, vape is up. Do you know what I'm saying? We've got alcohol down, porn is up. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is addiction's not going to go away. Autism, with everything going on medically, it's out there. Do you know what I'm saying? People are knowing what it is right now. This is the part I want you to take a stance on. I'm obsessed. Do you hear the word I just used?
Yes.
You don't use that word. What happens when you start using the word? I am obsessed with changing the way people handle addiction in this world. So I'm going to talk about addiction and I'm going to talk about solutions until somebody listens. Who cares about your product? If you don't have someone to listen to you, it doesn't matter, does it?
Not at all.
What are you getting that I'm saying, buddy? You've got to talk to you differently, don't you?
Yes, sir.
What are you getting that I'm saying, man?
Stop being afraid.
No, stop protecting. You're not afraid.
Protecting.
You're protecting. You want to be like, look how good I did. Don't you get it? I dunked a basketball on a third grader. Yes, you're 45. You know what I'm
Look
saying?
at me, Mom. Am I good enough now? Am I good like that?
Yeah, just dude,
Okay,
stop
I got
protecting yourself. You're already badass. I mean,
Appreciate that.
look at this. I mean, just look me in the screen. You know you're a badass, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're doing something great, aren't you?
Yes.
Now stop being selfish, and that's what mindset comes in. You're being selfish because you got something the world needs, and you're holding it to yourself out of protection. When we protect ourselves to feel good, we actually become selfish and we harm other people. I want to leave you with that thought. I'm going to tell you, there's nothing wrong. You're doing great. But if there ever was a guy that needed to perform at the highest level of protection, it's you. I want you to perform at a higher level of sharing, caring, and showing. Master.
Much appreciated.
Dude, I want you to go back. You want to be a little kid again? It's show and tell time, buddy. Biggest class in the world, the internet. So instead of 9 people in your kindergarten, show and tell, the internet, show, tell, go get rich.
I appreciate you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you,
Appreciate you.
Chris.
Yeah, this is good. This is the part. And if you can hear my voice, I'm passionate. I mean, I walked in today and I'm telling you, Jaden, I said when I first walked in, I don't listen to Dave Ramsey. It somehow wound up on my radio today.
Yeah.
And Dave Ramsey was like, well, normal sucks. And I'm like, well, dude, we got something in line. And I said, you got to make a radical shift. I walked in here passionate, didn't I?
Yeah, you told us that we have to make a radical shift in everything that you do, and it really it spoke to me, and it really just laid the bedrock for today's show in calling everybody out, ourselves included, to a higher level that we're capable of, because the world deserves it. Like Chris has a really important mission and vision, and we want.
But that's where it starts. That's not where it ends.
100%. And by him playing small, he's not able to have his ripple on the world. So Chris, we want you back on the show, months from now. We want us to tell you how amazing we want us for you to tell us how amazing your business is doing.
Let's get some Chris's in the box. Chris
some
Chris's
in the box.
Yeah, put it in the chat. Love
show
on that
and
boy.
tell.
Love on that boy.
Profits, not protection. That was big. That was a good line.
And this stuff comes to me. Listen, when you admit you're not where you want to be, we can make transformation. When you pretend, can't do a damn thing for you. And how do you know you're pretending? You're not where you want to be.
And, talking about playing a bigger game, Michael, you wrote really the book on playing bigger called Average Sucks. And we want to tell you a little bit about it.
So here's why you need the book. It's very, very simple. When I first started writing this book, I had this really great idea for a subtitle, the psychological understanding, all this really cool stuff. And then I realized simply, this is all anybody wants to know. Why you don't get what you want and what to do about it. This powerful book that's easy to read is going to show you not only why you don't get what you want, it's going to show you exactly how to get it. A few hours from now, you'll know exactly what you need to do. Order the book. Get the book, get 2 of them, put one in your nightstand to remind you not to play small, put one at the office, and make certain to read it. Also, we're going to pick somebody today, and it is going to be at random, and we're going to pick somebody actually each week that goes and gets the book. Yep. You get the book, get an opportunity to win one of these Average Sucks shirts. We'll send it to you in your size. We'll reach out to you personally. So get a book, and you can get selected. If you believe it'll be you. To get one of our Average Sucks shirts, we'll send you one of these, and these are responsible for producing millions and millions of dollars in profits for people. And here's why. Someone will stop you with this thing on. You get an opportunity to talk about your business, what you do, your life, or maybe if it's a dating tool, you'll figure it out.
That's what's so great about these shirts, Average Sucks. And it's like, if you're a real estate agent, I'm not, average real estate sucks. If you're a personal trainer, it's like it's this whole philosophy that you live your life in a way where average sucks, and it's gonna create some really amazing conversations. You're not gonna get talked to by people that are playing small in this world. This shirt is like a magnet to people that are playing at the level that you want to play at, and they might even be playing bigger. I've had some amazing conversations at cafes, coffee shops wearing this shirt. So the shirt is more than that. It's a magnet, but it's also an anchor to today's show. When you order the book, it will be an anchor to what this show is about and you developing a bigger mindset. Shauna says she already has 2 copies. Gold Dream says she's going to reread it.
No, she didn't say that. I'm reading it. It said might possibly. I want you to see if you can edit that right now. And I love you and I care about you. This is mindset. destroy your possibly, destroy your maybe, destroy your sort of, destroy your kind of, remove all of that, what I call not winner language. I could say loser language if I got my New Jersey ID on, but I'm telling you, you got to remove the language. So Gold Dreams, love you so much that I'm going to call you out, give you coaching right in the book. It doesn't mean you just got to get rid of the possibly. Just say, I'm going to reread that. Or say, I'm never going to read it again. Be definitive. And I'm telling you, high performers, yes or no, zero gray. Time for all of you to get wealthy. Time for everyone here to play big. Time for everyone to choose to live a long time. You don't get to pick that from your hospital bed when you forgot about it. Time to go.
Well, Michael, we take both coaching questions, just like you heard with Chris. We also take some text-in questions.
Nice.
Let's do
We got a lot of those coming in.
Text-in question from Caleb, who's from Texas. Shout out to Texas. Anyone tuning in?
Caleb, Texas.
And Caleb says, Michael, whenever things start to go well, I don't relax. I start looking for what's about to go wrong. So if sales go up, I almost start to get anxious and I think they're going to drop. If the team's doing well, I'm like, well, I wonder who's about to quit or mess up. Where am I going wrong in my mindset? And is this just about succeeding long enough for it to normalize? Or, how can I stop this? Like, almost like he feels like when things are going good, they're basically just they're not going to go good anymore, put simply.
Yeah. So first off, Caleb, thank you for being honest and bringing up your question here on the show today. And I would say, to simply answer your question, and this is something people have, I call it the roller coaster, and roller coasters are super fun when you're at an amusement park in the summer, at Disney. I'm from New Jersey. If anyone's been to, you go to Busch Gardens, you go to Allentown to Dorney Park, you go to Six Flags, whatever, and they're fun. But a lot of people on the roller coaster of life. So first thing I'm going to tell you about mindset is your mind works perfectly fine. If there ever needed to be a guy that had a mindset that worked perfectly of being on a roller coaster, you're great at it. So your mind's perfect. It does what it's programmed to do. But what would you like it to do? So you said you'd like to be consistent. So I don't know that you are doing anything other than presupposing or planning for things to get worse. So there's an immature philosophy that we have when we start doing well of, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't stay? It's anti-abundance, it's anti-growth, it's anti-elite mindset. And that's one of the things I share is elite. I remember when I was a kid, I went to a hockey camp for the summer. It's called Elite Hockey Camp. I said, man, I cannot wait till I'm older to use that word elite. It wasn't just a hockey camp. It was an elite hockey camp. So an elite mindset is the type of mindset that I know that a lot of you are seeking. So what you're doing right now is you're programming and planning. These are two different words. They do almost the same thing. You're programming and planning yourself to have it down, only under one condition, to protect your up. And it's not to protect it to stay up, to get you to know how to do it again. So it's an immature behavior that we do where we get in great shape, we gain weight. We get in shape, great shape, we gain weight. It's so we can feel like we're in control. So instead of needing to be in control, how about deciding to be a self-disciplined person and say, you know what? The person that I am, this is now how my mindset's going to be. The person I am programming, the person I'm deciding, the person I not even desire, I'm going to become, keeps on going up and up, and I'm going to figure out how to do that. I'm telling you, the same strategy of up and down can be a very, very simple thing of, I'm going to figure this out. We all get there. Build your new average. If you haven't read Average Sucks yet, get the book, but learn how to build a new standard. And once you build a new standard, that's where things change, because your current standard is up and down. So it is nothing you're doing wrong because you're doing everything right, if that's what you want. First thing you need to decide you want something different. I am going to commit and become a person that continues to go up. And if I go down, I will go back up by first changing your language about it, how you feel about it, and 3, how you feel about yourself, because it is not true. I could go over your question. Stop with the I always do this. Cross off your always. Cross off what am I doing wrong? And I'm telling you, start with language. That's where things begin to shift.
Start with language. That's a really powerful reminder. Let us comment roller coaster that resonated with you in the chat. And, to me, that comes back down to also, how we operate under pressure.
Yep.
Michael, again, you've worked with some of the highest level performers on the planet, UFC fighters, professional athletes, top CEOs. And, we talked about the NBA finals, Knicks versus Spurs. And for people watching this, their moment isn't always going to be the fourth quarter shot. It might be a client issue, it might be a deadline, it might even just be a hard conversation that they have to have with a spouse. But what would you tell people that are experiencing some pressure, which we all do?
Yep.
High performers experience pressure, so that they can move through those moments and operate like a high performer and not shrink down to maybe a version of themselves that's played small in the past.
Well, first thing I would say is congratulations. The pressure means you're arriving or you're being called. And that's one of the biggest things we need to realize, that high performers will feel pressure because it's part of the game. I mean, I see it a lot of times with people, it's your response to it. We were at Human Interaction Technology this weekend, and my youngest had shared about getting the butterflies at skating, and our natural reaction in the old days, like, oh my God, are you okay? Versus, thank God they showed up. And whenever you get worried or you get concerned, you've got to look in the mirror and go, this is great. I'm glad I'm nervous. I'm glad I have the pressure. The pressure is the privilege. And when I say the pressure is the privilege, is number one is you need to realize the pressure is the privilege. And you have to change your relationship with pressure. And when I say change your relationship with pressure, is your relationship needs to be like, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to learn to work with you, but also learning how to perform under pressure is big. When people take some of our classes, there's some pressure involved. You've got to change your schedule. You've got to move a few things around. You have to potentially have some conversations with people you love and care about, tell your kids you're going to be doing something. You've got to make a decision. There's a little bit of pressure that you need to live with. So the first thing I tell everyone is the pressure is the privilege, and that's the first thing you need. The second part of it, Jaden, is that when you want something you don't have, it isn't just about reading a meme and going, oh man, diamonds are produced under pressure. That just gets you to like get through the day.
Right.
Number two is, do you want to be a diamond? You got to decide. We can do that. Like, we are diamonds. We're just acting like coal. And if you want to speed up that, take on more pressure. Don't take on impossibility. Don't take on stupidity.
Right.
But you're a diamond already. Every one of you are a diamond. Stop pretending you're coal. And that's the part we need to realize. Stop thinking you are this dirty coal that's gross. You're a freaking diamond. And I don't think anybody's told you that before. And until you're willing to accept that yourself, hear it, accept it, and get around people that see you that way. Or also find the people that don't believe in you. And get, good dude, I needed those people, man. I need these people. Don't get mad at them. Go, man, they're giving me what I need. I'm going to go prove it to them.
Right. Use it as fuel.
Yeah.
I love the reminder that, we're diamonds. That's one of the reasons why we had a show each and every week, to remind you of that there's somebody inside you that wants to play bigger, and you just have to give that person permission to come out. So that is what we're going to do next. This is a call-in show. We answer questions, text in, coaching with just like we coach Chris. We're going to bring out our next caller in just a second. If you'd like the opportunity to hop on the show, get coaching with Michael, or even just text in your question, we're going to put on the screen and text ASK to 480-800-8051. You'll get that private show line. But we are going to bring out Gio. Gio, our team is gonna bring you out on the lines here.
Gio.
Where are you tuning in from, Gio? Or calling in from, rather?
Hey, Jaden. Hey, Michael. Calling from right down the street, probably here in Scottsdale. Beautiful day.
Great.
Yeah.
Welcome. Glad you're here.
Thank you.
What's your question, Gio?
Well, it's pretty close, along the lines of what other people have been, talking about too. But
Can I help you real quick with the comparison issue? We got to be careful with that. Unless you are, no, just don't compare. And the reason is, I call that a preamble, and I'm just going to challenge that. We say that so we can feel comfortable, and comfort and what you want are not friends. I'm just going to tell you, remove the preamble, cut it out, stop the crap. I care about you. You're a diamond. No more coal talk.
Okay.
Coal talk.
Okay.
Unless your name's Cole, and then you can talk. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So my question is, and it's a challenge a little bit to remove the preamble altogether, but the question that I dropped down into the chat here is that I've been on a track of developing, coaching services and consulting services for actually 15 years now. I started in 2008. And I've had, some successes. It has been a little roller coastery. and 15 years is a long time in my mind to be working on something, and ultimately I've not really achieved the level of success that I have held for my vision for
That's
myself.
because you're focused on coaching people.
Okay.
And you didn't coach you, and you didn't look in the mirror. So it sounds to me like you want your business to grow, correct?
Correct.
I want you to write this down. I'm never going to grow my business through coaching people. Write that down. I'm never going to grow my business through coaching people. You know that. I don't grow my business through coaching people. I grow my business by sharing with people why they should want to be coached. Do you understand the difference?
I think so.
You can think all you want. I'm going to be very clear. Even though you're talking to me, I've been doing this a long time. Gio, I'm certain your business is fantastic. I've been doing this for almost 25 years. We built a pretty sizable coaching group. We're very good at what we do. And I'm certain you're doing some stuff you're talented at. If you keep coaching people, you'll just keep coaching people. Have you coached you to accept the fact that you are not great at getting people to your business?
That is the crux of it, and it's extremely frustrating.
No, it's real. It only is frustrating if you pretend it's something it's not. So people get frustrated going, I cannot, listen, there's very, very few people, not all people, that truly have a medical condition where they cannot get healthier. Would you agree with that, Gio?
True.
There are very few people that can't make a change. So tonight, if you stop comparing, because I believe the biggest thing you're falling for is what most people fall for is the protection racket. And basically, you're doing better than most coaches that didn't get started, correct?
Correct.
Great. Congratulations.
Better,
that's great. But there's this dream of what you want, correct?
Correct.
Which requires a different skill set. Are you willing to admit there's a skill set you don't have?
It must be. It must be so.
No. We can't talk that way. It must be so. If I was sitting with a professional athlete and they're like, I'm on line 2. One of my clients, I'm on line 2. I made the NHL. I'm on line 2. I want to be on line 1. They could say, maybe so. Maybe the coach doesn't like me. Well, we better figure out how to get that freaking coach to like you, or figure out how to play so good that you decide for him. Do you understand this, Gio?
Yes.
So is it maybe so, or literally that is an area I have to get better at?
Well, it is literally, yes. It is literally an area.
No, not literally. It is absolutely, as obsessively. Do you hear my voice right now? You've got to be like, listen, you've got to be like, you went down to the doctor and the doctor said, Gio, this is your 3rd heart attack. You die on the 4th. This has to be where we're not getting any younger, buddy. We're all dying of a terminal illness called birth, right? I care about you. Like, you need to jump back into call to action or something. And you need to say, I don't need to work on my business. I need to work on my sharing. I need to work on my caring, and I got to get people in front of me. So the reason I'm calling you out with this is, number 1, check your language. The way you're talking about is you're still protecting yourself. Number 2 is you've got to really look in the mirror. You are not great at sharing it, are you?
I can only say, I guess so.
Well,
so.
no, I'm asking. Do you have an abundance of people that want to give you money and buy from you?
I don't.
Well, there's your answer. You're a great coach that doesn't know how to market their product yet.
I guess so.
No guessing. I'm going to change that. So I can't work with you anymore unless the guesses turn into decides, until you sit down tonight and have a pissed off party where you're like, I am way too talented and I'm working way too hard to be getting the results that I'm getting, and I'm going to change some stuff about how I live my life. I'm going to learn how to do things that I don't know how to do. And in 3 months from now, I'm going to be in a radically different place.
Yeah, it strikes like what you're saying. It definitely resonates with me, and
I don't need it to resonate. I needed to resign from the old way of thinking. That's the resignation. I need to resign from the old way of thinking, and you need to start. I am an above average coach. I'm a mild marketer, and I'm going to become an above average marketer and that or salesman, and that will change you. So thank you, Gio, for stepping up today, because a lot of times people get on something like this and they want me to make them feel good. It's not time to feel good. It's time to feel real good. And how do you feel real good? You start getting the things you want, and that's when things start to change.
I'm really noticing this pattern today of just really having a very truthful moment on just where you are, and not sugarcoating it to yourself
Do you hear
But,
the
like,
sugar? There's diabetes.
there's diabetes on the line today. But using that honesty then, and not sitting in it any longer that's not serving you, but then using it to asking myself, okay, well, how can I get to where, the people that I want to be playing with are at, and use that as like fuel.
Yes. How can I create that change? How can I create that difference? And at the end of the day, the biggest thing that we're realizing, and the biggest part that we're realizing, is there's two things short, and I want you to write down these words: action and language. And that's your answer for everything. Start with your language, and we need to take different actions. Start with those two, you'll adjust your mindset almost immediately.
And there's never been a better time to be a person that takes more action than possibly they've taken in months. Action has been a recurring theme for this show, and really, once you identify where you need to go, you need to take massive action to get there. And that's why each and every month, Michael hosts a class called Call to Action, because it is this call to develop a radically different success mindset. I would challenge all of you that are on the show right now. There is something inside of you that wanted you to be on this show, because I believe something inside of you knows that you're playing smaller than you're capable of. And just like Chris had a massive vision, just like Gio has a massive vision that can help people, the only way that you can do that at a large level and get the things that you want is if you start taking more action, if you become a person of influence, if you start to master the language. If you picked up how precise Michael is with language, that's like a cultural thing in all of the events. We're all very precise with the language that we use because it's so important. So if you text the word action, when you text the word action to 480-800-8051 and you click that link, that click represents you committing to taking more action possibly than you have in months, and drawing a line in the sand that you are going to develop a success mindset. Not the one that got you here, but the success mindset that's actually going to get you to where you want to go next. Every month, Michael hosts a class called Call to Action. It's 2 hours a day with Michael. If you got a lot out of today's show, which has been under 45 minutes so far, imagine what you would get spending 2 hours a day for 5 days with Michael on becoming a person of influence, developing a success mindset that will take you to where you want to go, being a better communicator so you can communicate your message to the masses through your marketing, it translates to sales calls. Yes, it translates to emails. It translates to conversations at home. So one more time, that's action to 480-800-8051. I'm calling you out. We want to see you on June's class, which is starting in just a week or so, next Sunday. And if you're watching the replay of this, we have classes each and every month. Anything you want to layer in onto that?
Yeah, I would say, listen, folks, we're running a summer promo on this right now. When you text action, it's not just about texting the word action. It's really deciding I'm going to become a person of action. Even if you've taken the class before, it's time for you to do it again. And the reason why is there's no like limit to dreams. There's no limit to things you want. There is not even limit to actions. There's directed action, and we are going to have to learn how to perform under pressure, talk about things the way we want them, create language, destroy procrastination, because you might not think you procrastinate, but you do. We all do. We procrastinate on the thing that we want, because if you don't have it, obviously you're putting a delay out there. So you're sick of delays. You want to get what you want quicker, and you'd love to dominate the second half of this year and really start getting your life to work. Send the word action to 480-800-8051 in 3 steps. First one, you did it, you don't need to give yourself a pat on the back. Second step, click that link. Third step, once you get there, let us know who you are. Fill out the form. Take the huge discount, like 50, 60% off that we're giving you to work with me. It's embarrassing, the number on that page, but it's a call out. I want to challenge you to become a person that deserves to accept your reality, that you're a person that believes in the quality of your life, that it can be better, and you believe in the quality of the life of the people around you. So if it's not for you and your dreams, be an example for your family and your kids and show them what's possible through you. So I'm excited about helping you with that. I'm excited about being part of it. And if you've never worked with someone like me before, welcome. If you've done this before, let us surprise you and let's have a little bit of fun. So got a few minutes left. Text action, take some action, do it now. Hit subscribe on this channel. And then those of you watching, also share this with somebody you care about. Share it on your wall. We are going to keep on having small conversations in this world. And Jade and I were talking about this the other day, until we change the algorithm. Your algorithm should be filled with positive, exciting, powerful things. Help your friends and family change their algorithm. You subscribe, share this with them, send them a quick text that says, hey, you need to hear this because let's get you off the roller coaster together. So got 3 minutes left, and what else we got?
Yeah, let's take another text-in question. This, I think, is going to wrap a nice bow on things as well. So Jordan from Nevada, he's asking, Michael, how do you do what you do? You've been doing it for the past 2 decades.
Plus, yeah.
2 decades plus with coaching. And you continue to, you'll host an event, then you host another bigger event, and you kind of live your life in a series of successes, where as opposed to what some people do is they achieve some success and then they get complacent. How do we develop a mindset to where we're constantly, I don't know if like reinventing ourselves is the right word, even though there's definitely like successful athletes and musicians and companies that do that, like NVIDIA, graphics cards to AI, Taylor Swift, the amount of times that she's reinvented herself to continue to stay relevant. But how do you cultivate, I guess, is it a desire or a hunger or a mindset that we're talking about to where we're constantly living a life on our edge, constantly living a life that screams average sucks?
It's a decision, and it's a big decision. And the first decision you've got to say is that you accept the call. I believe I was put here on this earth to do something big. I believe I was put on this earth to play at a higher level. I believe I was put on this earth to allow myself to get things that most people don't have, and I'm okay with that. Number two is, it's just a choice, folks. It's like, as silly as it is, you've got to take the choice and everything, all the deck of cards that comes with it. So when you talk about making events and continually getting better at the things we do, it's an obsession. And I remember reading, I believe it was Think and Grow Rich, and talked about the magnificent obsession that we all have to have on the things that we want. We need to be obsessed with the thing that we're looking for. And we live in a world today where we think obsession is bad. We live in a world today where being average is normal. We live in a world today where attempt to be like everybody else. I'm not okay with that. I'm really training myself to be a top performer. I'm training myself to play bigger. And I will challenge anybody to say, I'm not compared to the top performers on earth, but man, compared to what most people take and endure, very few people make it 6 months in business. We're going on 24, 25 years right now. And I say that to all of you is like where you're going to be 24, 25 years from now. And I believe most of you are picking too small of a plan. And you'll get where you want to get so quickly. Your plan is going to get there. You're going to be very pissed off that you built too small of a plan. So, bigger, and then take the steps. So I will just say to everybody as you're watching this, you've got to upgrade you. You've got to change who you are. You've got to make some differences. A lot of you are like, oh yeah, that'd be really cool if I was a person that subscribed to the channel and shared, and maybe hit subscribe as a weekly subscribe. Dude, the person you want to be, I really would like you to share this, but I more want you to be a person that's like, dude, open enough that you're like, hey, listen, I was on this morning. I got a lot out of this. I think this would be important to you. And have the courage to freaking send a text message to 3 or 4 of your friends is very different than someone that goes, well, that'd be really cool to do. And then squirrel on to the next thing. That's the difference. It's like I was getting my hair done the other day. I was talking to a client. I just called back in, someone I'm working with, and she goes, oh my God, that was impressive. Because I did not let the guy off the hook. I was helping him with a very important thing you need to do. He goes, you talk that way to people? I said, all the time. It's not an act. And a lot of you are looking to take on an act versus the action of taking on a different character for who it is you are as a person. Because the character we need to take on is, you've got to decide, are you the diamond or the coal? And that's one of my big takeaways from today is, you're the diamond. Stop acting like coal.
You're the diamond. We want to hear a few takeaways in the chat before we wrap up today's show. But, this show in a lot of ways was a call out. And this show is a call out each and every week to, remind you that you're capable of playing bigger, to remind you that the world's top performers, they surround themselves with people that have conversations like this. And this is your space to each and every week, remind yourself that of the importance of becoming a person of influence and a person that uses that's precise with their language, and a person that takes action. And again, we have 5 days of coaching coming up with Michael. This show's great. You get a lot out of it each and every week. It'll fire you up. It will remind you that you're capable of more. But we don't want to we don't want you to sit in that feeling of it. We actually want you to do something about it. That was a big theme on today's show as well, is
Wake up.
Is actually taking the action. You can read the books, you can attend the courses, but you need to take action. You need to start putting yourself outside of your comfort zone and start putting some pressure on yourself because you are that diamond. So again, action, 480-800-8051. I got a ton out of today's show. Michael, thank you. Thank you to everybody that tuned in.
We couldn't do without them.
We couldn't do without
could not
them.
do this without you. We love you. We appreciate you. Your dreams are important to us, right?
They are.
And I'll say one last thought here for this is, listen, folks, this is important. Stop this whole wake up thing. Waking up's part of it. Then you got to get up and you got to move. And this whole idea of I woke up. Yeah, you woke up. Then you got to get up. Yeah, you got up. Then you got to move towards what you want. We'll celebrate in 20, 30 years. We're not celebrating tomorrow.
Let's play big, everyone.
Every day you wake up, you get up and go, and you live the life that you created. You're doing okay. Nothing's really wrong, yet it could be better. You're powerful, yet sometimes it's harder than it should be to just get out of bed. And when you do, you look at your bank account, you look in the mirror at your body, and you realize that all that hard work have not given you the results you expected. And remember that date night you passed up? Or that family vacation you couldn't fit in? Because you were busy? And along the way, the same thoughts keep coming into your head. I know this could be easier. I know my life could be better. I know I could be doing more. I know if I were more disciplined or smarter, consistent or patient, focused or something, I'd be doing better, more relaxed, have more fun, finally enjoying life. But for whatever reason, you know what it is you need to do, but the challenge is getting yourself to do what you know consistently. Maybe you're focused on the wrong things or struggling with saying no, or you're caught up in a pattern you can't break out of. You may be having a hard time finding the right people to help you, or doing everything for everyone else and ignoring the fact that putting yourself last is your real challenge. Something has to change, and you're ready for it. You just need a big, swift kick in the right direction, and that kick is call to action. Now, there's no surprise you're here right now, ready to take this course, because at the end of the day, that's what winners do. You do things like this. You put yourself in a position to win. Now, I know that everything happens for a reason. You're in the right place, ready to take call to action, and start building that momentum to get you what it is that you want in your life. Because at the end of the day, it's about determination and focus to get past the resistance you get from other people, from yourself, that slows you down. And once you get past that resistance, you learn what you're going to learn from call to action, you start getting what you want. That's what call to action is all about. During call to action, I'm going to introduce you to the you that can focus on what's important, take action in all important areas, finish what you start, and feel great about the results you achieve. So here's the question. Are you ready to become the next level you? This is the glue that starts to put it all together, to get you to understand the mental and emotional states and how to access them to start getting you more of what you want, to understand very basic, simple psychological triggers that you can use that change everything, that increase your motivation, increase your determination, start driving you to take action on a regular basis. And most importantly, answering the biggest question of all, what are they doing that I'm not? Can you imagine how much will shift in your life when you learn actual strategies, literally step by step, that'll show you how to get started, stay consistent, and follow through so you literally will get more done in 5 days than you could ever imagine? Yet the most important part is the skills. The skills are shared with you in a way to get them to stick and to last a lifetime. The same skills that you need to start becoming the person you've always wanted to be, to live the life you've always wanted to live. I'm super excited to be on this journey with you, and even more excited to watch you achieve the results you want to achieve. Welcome to Call to Action.